Hello guys, I am Nidhi Shreyas Bagalwadi, your science teacher. In this class, we are going to learn a lot about one more concept of a light, that is scattering. In the last class, we learned regarding the dispersion as well as the refraction through the prism. In this class, we are going to learn about a scattering. For that, I am going to consider two beakers. One is with a water, the other is with a milk and water. So when I pass a monochromatic, a single beam of light through the water, then I will found the light on the screen. This is a screen. Let us consider this is a screen. Okay. Then when I pass a monochromatic light through this side to the milk and water solution, so I also found the light beam on the screen, but here I also found the path of the light. Here in this I found the path of the light. Why? Because here in milk and water, the particles will be in such a way that they will refract the light rays. They will refract the light rays in all direction. When the particles refract the light rays, see, this is one particle which is refracting the light ray in all direction. Like this, we have many particles here. So when this kind of refraction takes place, overall refraction takes place by a single particle, no doubt we will get a path of light and we can find the beam. But in true solutions, that is water, what happens? The particles will be very, very small. So there, a particle may not be able to refract the rays in all the directions. So we are not able to see the path of light here. Okay, so here, whatever we got, the emergent light will be in the form of a beam. That beam will be in the form of a cone, which is called as Tyndall effect, which we learnt in 9th standard. The day-to-day examples are, if you have the projector at your school classroom and all, just go to the switch on the projector under your teacher guidance and take the duster which is just rubbed and beat it. So you can see that the chalk particles or the dust particles will be beamed in a form of a cone. That is a light entering from the projector. And sometimes when you go to the forest, that time what happens, you can see the sun rays in between those tall trees. So those all are the examples of the scattering of light in day-to-day life. Okay, so this scattering of light we will watch in one more concept, that is why sky appears blue. So let us consider a sun, okay, air, and the atmosphere will be having certain layers. Okay, so in the layers of atmosphere, the light will undergo multiple refraction. So due to the refraction, what happens? The VIBGYOR. No doubt that there is a formation of a VIBGYOR or the spectrum. So in the spectrum, we will consider three main colors. Okay. So here, blue, green and red. Why three main colors, ma'am? Because to relate to this concept, I am considering this. So when we consider blue, green and red, or if you consider all 7 colors also, among this the blue will be having the shorter wavelength. Wavelength means what? The length of a single wave of that light ray. Okay, shorter wavelength. Red will be having longer wavelength. Wavelength is represented by lambda. So once the shorter wavelength will be there, that light scatters more. The light ray which has a shorter wavelength scatters more. So what happens here? As the blue has a shorter wavelength, it scatters more. That is why the blue, that is the sky color, appears blue due to the shorter wavelength. Okay. Now, next we have why sunset and sunrise appears red. It is also the same. So when sunset and sunrise occurs, okay, so that time what happens? A red, as it will be near to the earth, okay, the red will be having the longer wavelength. As it is near to the earth, what we feel, red will be scattered, but red will not be scattered much. Only at that part we can see the where sunrise and sunset occurs. So only in that portion we can see the red. Why? Because it is due to this longer wavelength scatters at very small region. That is why sunrise or sunset appears red in color. Okay. Now you might get question. During the cloud formation, why cloud appears white or black? So here what happens, clouds, when you consider the composition of a clouds are made up of what? Clouds will be made up of water and the dust. Clouds are made up of water and the dust. Okay. So we know that in the water, total internal reflection takes place. We learnt in this in previous session. Total internal reflection, that is rainbow formation. So after the total internal reflection, it will pass through the dust. So here the refraction occurs continuously, where that, remember the Einstein's experiment, where correct prism and erected prism, inverted prism are kept. So due to that, we are getting the white light continuously due to the continuous refraction. So that's what happened, and the cloud appears white in color in the blue color sky. So this is regarding the concept of scattering of light in our day-to-day life. So here we completed the chapter Human Eye and the Colorful World. Even though it is a small chapter, it is a very important concept we learn. Dispersion, then we learned refraction through prism. That ray diagram of prism is very important. Then we learned the scattering of the light. Okay, in the upcoming session, we are going to perform an activity which shows the scattering of the light, which proves the scattering of the light. I hope the concepts are clear. Do observe the scattering of the light examples around you so that you will get to know this concept in a better way. Okay, at last, I am going to tell certain important terms in this lesson. So as I said, first we learned regarding the structure of eye, that is important. Then after that, refraction through prism, prism diagram is important. Then after that, dispersion, the day-to-day examples are important in dispersion. Okay, the twinkling of stars and all. Then we learned the scattering of the light. So especially these questions, why sky appears blue, why sunset and sunrise appears red. So these all will come under the applied questions. That is why this concept, even though it is small, it is a very, very important concept. So in the upcoming sessions, we will do an activity and end up this lesson. Okay. Then in the revision classes, we will go on solving the applied questions based on this lesson. Until that, take care of your eyes. Have a nice day.